Hey guys!
Hi everybody!
I'm Kendra.
I'm Heather.
And welcome to Matchmakers and Makeup! So today we're going to keep with the Christmas theme for our 12 Days of Christmas special here.
Absolutely.
Yes, and today we're going to do mistletoe on the corners of our eyes. Yeah.
And Kendra's going to tell a story.
I am. I'm going to tell a story. So for some reason, my exes keep coming back. Like, I don't think I've ever had an ex that didn't keep coming back. But this last one has been a little more interesting. And if you guys follow me on social media, I know you've probably caught some of it here and there. But it was a long distance relationship. And he was the one that I had talked about in the videos that I had actually met on Tinder, right? So, you know, neither of us were looking for a hookup. And we ended up hitting it off. Like, there's only been 2 people in my life where I had an instant connection with them, and they felt like home.
Right,
and he was one of them.
And you wouldn't expect that from somebody you meet on Tinder, that's for sure.
No,
right.
no.
Okay.
But neither of us were really Tinder material. It was just, I think we were both just looking for love and happened to find each other.
Which is awesome.
It was
Yeah,
awesome. We
yeah.
ended up having just an amazing connection. I mean, we would dance in the kitchen and laugh all the time,
so
and
sweet.
it was great. But every time things would get serious, he would like completely shut down. And he would like end the relationship. So we lived apart like an hour and a half, right? And his car had broke down like right when we first started dating the first time. So who do you think did all the driving? Heather, who do you think did all the driving?
Well, I know who did all the driving, and her name was Kendra. Kendra did more than just all the driving, though. She did everything in that relationship. Everything.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I'm not. There's no probably to it, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like such a connection to this guy, and I don't know if it was maybe because I just try to take care of people, but like he didn't have a Christmas tree for his kids because last Christmas, his ex, who was his fiance and his baby mama, him and her had broken up like, oh, I think it was February, he said. And so she had taken like all the Christmas stuff with her. So of course, what do? I go find him a Christmas tree.
Right, which was so sweet. And I mean, that's different. I mean, that's just you being a sweet girl and helping out, but I think it's still more than that. I mean, he expected you to...
and I got the presents, and I got the lights for it, and, you know, all the decorations for it, and I think it got to the point where it was, like, expected.
Right. It wasn't so much as appreciated as it was just, hey, Kendra's gonna
take care of me.
take care of everything. She's the sugar mama.
And that's what I felt like, But still, I mean, he was like, I don't know, the first red flag is he told me that he loved me after like, what, a week the first time?
Yes.
That should have been my first red flag. But there was just that connection that I was like, maybe it's real. Like,
can you love somebody that fast?
no, I think it's more infatuation and adrenaline mixed together. I don't think it's actually love.
No. I don't think so.
Girl,
either.
let me tell
I
you,
don't think so either.
the last 3 guys that I've talked to, it's been within a week that they're like, I love you.
You know, our life coach would say that you're putting whatever you're putting out there is what you're giving back. That's what she would say.
She would. She'd say, I'm putting the vibes out there to be attracting these type of men.
Right.
So, anyway, yeah, I know. I obviously need to do some work on that, which I am.
We all
I've
need to work on
decided
ourselves.
I'm not going to date for the next 3 months.
I poked myself in the eye. Just keep talking. I'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm not going to date for the next 3 months so I can sort through and figure out why I keep attracting these type of men. Like, I know what I want out of life. I've got big dreams. I've got big goals. And having a man who doesn't even have a car and I have to do all the work, that's not one of my goals.
Right. And it's not that, you know, his car broke down and, you know, he was going to get it fixed. It was more that he could have gotten it fixed, but he made everything else a priority.
Yes.
And he knew she would do the driving, so it didn't really matter to him.
Exactly. So he'd blow his money on something else.
Right.
Because sugar mom was going to take care of it.
Right.
No, baby, I'm not going to be your sugar mama no more.
He had access to a vehicle. He could have borrowed his mama's vehicle. He had the means to get here.
Yes.
He never once came to visit.
Not once.
Not once. He just expected her.
Exactly.
Even after they broke up, he'd send messages. You gonna come visit me?
Come see me. Come see me.
It was never, hey, let me come see you.
After we broke up the first time, we broke up because of the distance. And he was like, you know, he was so scared, like, that I was going to cheat on him or something. And I've never cheated on anybody in my life, but his ex did. And so that was his big thing, right?
Right.
And then he just couldn't handle it. He's like, I need someone that's going to be there every night. And I'm like,
That's ridiculous because you'd only been dating, what, a month at that point?
yeah.
Right.
So he was getting so freaked out about it that we ended up breaking up. So then after we break up, within weeks, he's like, I miss you. Like, I miss you horribly. And he goes on and on for 6 weeks trying to get another chance, right? So Heather, what do I do?
Well, she gives him another chance. It took her a while to give in,
It did. It took me 6 weeks to give in.
but she did.
I did.
And I was not the most supportive, loving friend at that point. I should have been. But I was really negative about him because I didn't want to see her get hurt again because he hurt her heart.
He did.
And I didn't want to see her hurt like that again.
But I kind of thought that he was going to be the real deal the second time.
And I didn't. But I gave in, eventually. And I'm like, oh, he's being so sweet. So he suckered me too.
Yeah, and he was a lot better the second time around. He was very sweet. And, he tried harder. But again, he promised me the moon and the stars. And when it came down to it, it was the exact same thing all over again.
Right.
Exact same thing.
And he would he would start something and say things and it would cause an argument. And then he'd be like, well, if you wouldn't have brought that up.
Right?
And yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah.
And
then
yeah, go ahead.
he's like, well, if you hadn't talked about the distance, bro, I never brought up the distance. Like, you're the one that kept bringing it up. And he's like, well, I just wanted you to be happy, and I thought that would make you happy if that's what you wanted to hear.
He was
Really?
Yeah.
And I bought him an Xbox for his birthday, the new Xbox Series X. And I told him, I said, if we break up, I'm taking the Xbox back.
Right. Not that they were expecting to break up.
No, I was
but,
just being a smart ass because those things are really expensive.
Yeah. And if they would have been together a while, I don't think she would have taken it, clearly.
No.
But I mean, it was within a week they broke up, so.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm going to take the Xbox.
Yeah, and he knew it.
I did. I took it. So that's one good thing is I recouped at least $400 of that dollars because you can't get those now. You have to buy those on eBay, and I paid almost $500 for that thing.
Which is crazy
I
enough
know.
in itself, right?
I know. So I took a little bit of a loss on it, but still, it's better than leaving it there and letting him have it. I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't
I'm
know.
looking for love in all the wrong places, you guys. That's what I'm doing. When I need to be looking for it, where?
Within.
Here.
Well, and from God, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yep. Because if you're not in love with God, you can't be in love with anybody.
That's true. She's got a good point there. So, like, maybe that's what I need to do. Just focus a little more on going back to church and myself. I don't know.
Yes, you got to focus on loving yourself. Oh, I messed my leaf up. Okay. Yes, the love's got to come from you.
Which I thought I was doing better than I am, I think.
I was that way because I keep going up and down. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm doing great, and then something will happen. I'll be like, where the heck? Where am I feeling this way,
Oh, believe me, yeah. I feel that. I totally feel that.
And it's exes. It's always about exes.
Yes. Yes. And it's like, I don't know. A friend of mine told me an ex is like melted chocolate bar. It's never, ever going to be the same. Like, dang, she's right.
It's true because you can't yeah, that's true.
So what happened, Heather?
But some people do get back together with exes and it works, right?
Very, very seldom.
Right, true.
Yeah. So what did you do on my phone, Heather?
Oh, I blocked him. I blocked him and this other dude. Yeah. Because this other dude hurt her heart too.
Yeah, he was out of nowhere. Like,
Tell him
should have
about
been
them.
another red flag because he was like, I'm falling in love with you.
At least he took like a while to do it though. I mean, not that long. I mean, more than a week though.
So I talked to him before I got together with the Tinder guy, but we'd only talked for like a week. And we're like, there's too long of a distance, so we didn't talk. And then he had been messaging me every so often, like, hey, how are you? I'm like, I'm in a relationship. So then he messaged me, I don't know, 2 weeks ago and was like, hey. I'm like, hey.
I'm not in a relationship.
Not in a
now,
relationship,
right?
what are you doing? And we ended up talking, and he was so sweet. Like, he's what I actually would look for in a guy, minus the distance. But then he just, like, all of a sudden, he was like, oh, I'm falling in love with you. And then that day, the day he was supposed to come here, we were gonna go look at Christmas lights, and it was gonna be super cute. I was excited.
It was gonna be romantic.
And he was like, his ex, I don't know, he was kind of scared of her. I think she might have had some issues, but he was kind of scared of her. And then he was talking about how he was going to feel guilty if he had to get a babysitter for his kids, and if his ex found out, because we have our kids on opposite weekends. And so I'm like, yeah, you know, I totally get it. Like, if you don't want to come down. And I kind of expected him to be like, no, I'll still come.
Right,
and he's
of
like,
course.
well, you know, maybe we can plan another time. And I said, well, I don't know if this is going to work, because every other time we're going to have, one of us is going to have to get a babysitter if we have our kids on opposite weekends. And so
it's almost like he thought you would volunteer to be the one who always got the babysitter,
like,
right?
Nah, not that.
Right.
Not gonna happen.
Right. No.
So he's like, great. So he was pretty bummed that I had said that, and he's like, well, hopefully we can just kind of work something out. And I was like, well, we can play it by ear. We can see. Next thing I know, he like totally ghosts out. Like, I don't hear from him. I'm like, so like, that's it.
Right.
So Heather just ended up blocking him too. So that way I don't even have to wonder. He's gone.
And I'm so proud of her because she's not unblocked him, because I kind of
No.
thought maybe she would unblock him. She has not done it yet.
And I blocked my ex-fiance like a month ago. I don't know if I told you guys that.
It took her forever, I mean, a long time to do that.
11 months. It took me 11 months. It took me 11 months to get over that and to block him.
You know, I still haven't blocked my ex-husband, though.
I keep telling her to, because he hurts her heart like every day almost.
He does. He calls almost every, or not, I mean, he calls a lot and hurts my heart, yeah.
And it's like the stuff he calls for is just terrible things.
Just to, like, turn the knife a little more, right? Yeah. Right, right. I will eventually get to the point where I will. I'm just not there yet.
I don't know if I ever would have gotten there, but now that you did it, you took that plunge and did it for me, I'm not unblocking them. So maybe I just need to take her phone and just block it.
I'm going to change my password. You're just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, I think I'm going to finish the other eye off camera, and we'll do our thumbnail picture.
Yeah, because my berries aren't, I don't like my berries. I'm going to redo them.
Mine are small, but whatever. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. We hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. And we're approaching the New Year.
And Kendra's birthday's on New Year's Day.
Yay. And Heather's taking me out for New Year's Eve.
We are going to have the best time.
I'm so excited.
It's a big surprise. Oh, shoot. That reminds me. I got to do something. Okay.
Anyway, good makeup, good dates, and good vibes.
Goodbye. Good vibes. Bye.
Bye.